Okay, woohoo! With 3 minutes to spare. Thank God. Hopefully my mic is working properly. Welcome. Okay. Let's take some extra lights here. That helps with the light a little bit, I think. And I need another light over there. Anyone? Oh, we got one person. One person. How's my mic? Mic testing, testing. There it is. Okay. Hello. It's a new mic, so hopefully it's working well. Oh, sure. Yeah, shoot. Welcome. Great. Nice. I work in BC. I live in BC, so hopefully I'll be coming to see a game down by you in the following season. But you said you had a question? Chakuli. I like that. Good name. Good name. That's a really good question. Yeah. I remember thinking that as I was looking through the list. I'm just bringing it up here right now, the leaked list. There's a lot of big guys on this team, period. Like the defense really, for the most part, is huge, right? Who do we got here? Potentially. There's no one who stands out. I mean, Alexiak can fight for sure. Yeah, no worries. But he's not what I would call your typical. He'll stand up for his teammates for sure, but he's not like your atypical fighter. Even like Max Domi, for instance, who's also a centerman for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But I'm trying to think of a pure fighter like Ryan Reeves. Like he's not one of those. He's a good defensive defenseman who can definitely throw them. But I remember once watching him getting beat bad by Tom Wilson a few years ago in the playoffs. But who else we got here? Oh, Detroit finally has their player leaked in defenseman Dennis Cholowski, which I'm not sort of surprised about. Oh, looks like it's starting. Can you hear the coverage in the background? You need Biz Nasty. Yeah, that'd be nice. We are thrilled as a league to be here with you. Welcome to the 2021. Brandon Tanev, maybe not really, but he's definitely a tough customer. Yanni Gord, Appleton. I don't think there's any typical fighters there. But to be honest, I don't know much about the forward from Philadelphia, Carson Twarensky, if I'm even saying that properly. Oh, Biznasty, I know, yeah. He's retired, though. For this community. So Gary Bettman's doing a little speech right now. You couldn't have a better leadership team. And today I toured Climate Change Arena, and you couldn't have a better facility to watch your team play in. So, Chakuli, do you have season tickets or anything? Do you expect to go in the first season? You are going to be. You already are passionate hockey fans. So once again, Bettman's selling it to the NHL. A lot of people there. Can you hear the feed in the background? To get the team up and running, and that is to name the first players that will wear. Yeah, Kachuk and Roenick. These players will forever. Kachuk would throw them from time to time. Jeremy Roenick, ditto. Although they weren't exactly, huge fighters. So let's get started. It's my pleasure. You're in Asia. Are you moving back in 5 months? NHL team member. Cool. You can hear it? Great. Chris Fowler and Dominic Moore in Seattle. It's going to be great to see you opening night. Okay, so Bettman's finished his little speech. Here comes former players Dominic Moore.
Hockey fans, old and new, welcome. This is incredible out here. It's crazy over there in the kayaks. It's insane back here in the boats. Look at the backdrop of your beautiful city. We know how hungry you are for hockey. It's been decades in the
awesome. We got 4 people. 4! That's great. We're just going to have fun. Crack some apple juice while you're at it.
Chris, this has definitely got a bit of a college game day.
Take care, Chuck Hooley.
And so, in your honor, and in the honor of this event, we know how much our guys backstage love a pun, so we got a sign here.
Oh, come on.
Thank you. I can tell you that the Huskies are among the.
Thank you, Chuck Hooley. It was great. Great having you. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the draft.
For those of you not from Seattle, it's a legendary sea monster with tentacles and temper. You can see the ground rules here that the Kraken had to work with. They selected 30 players, one from each team except Las Vegas. Same ground rules the Knights had 4 years ago.
So everyone knows the rules, all 2 people who I have in the chat group right now. I'll try and.
Well-known players were
there we go.
And available. Mark Giordano, the Calgary captain, former Norris Trophy winner, a lifelong flame, been there 15 years. Other team captain, Dave Landeskog of the Avalanche. Negotiations there have been a little tense. See what his future is. Carey Price, superb goaltender of Montreal. Rumors have the Habs on edge, Dominic.
As they should be. A lot of intrigue heading in to this day. And obviously, PK Subban, a star player in this league.
Oh, there's my cat. See, why are the announcers, they're acting like all the leaks didn't happen. And there's still some tension in the air. We all know Carey Price wasn't selected, so I don't know. I don't know what they're doing here. Maybe they're just playing to the audience. How's my mic? This is my mic. Can you hear me when I'm talking from back here? Anyone want to chime in there? It just started. Well, it didn't. Gary Bettman just did his little announcement. Dominic Moore and the other gentleman who I can't remember his name. They're at the board, so they haven't started picking players yet. Although we all know this has happened earlier on in the day, right? But they're acting like it hasn't.
He tells us as a third member team tonight. A 12-year NHL veteran between the pipes. You've been very busy today. Kevin Weeks, folks. Welcome, Kevin.
Here comes Kevin Weeks. So who knows how long this foreplay is going to last with all the announcers, and maybe they'll bring the owners on, the GM, blah blah blah. Who knows? It may take like 20 minutes for this to really get going. Hopefully not, but oh, Kevin Weeks' mic is not working.
The great Sean Kemp, the great Gary Payton, the
There he goes.
legends that are here, but also the outstanding fans. And I want to echo the fact that these fans have been amazing so far. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been great. I had the opportunity to see some of the
3 people. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Nothing has started yet. No picks have begun. It's just a little bit of foreplay with the crowd here. They're trying to get them warmed up. Nothing's happening. It looks like a really nice day in Seattle. I think they're in the park. They're right in front of looks like a yacht club or something. Oh, here comes Ron Francis. In his polo Kraken t-shirt. Oh, does anyone want to say hi to the cat? My 2 people. Say hi. Say hi. That's Moose.
Tell us what's gone into the last few days of preparation.
Okay, so now they're asking Ron Francis some questions. Foreplay. We got 2 people. 2. Oh, you like the cat? Yeah. His name is Moose. And he's probably going to want out of the studio soon.
Well, there's so many things you're looking for, right? Teams get to protect themselves best 4, 3 best.
He likes being held like this, too. It's funny. Don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's time to release the Kraken. Yes, it is. Oh, welcome, Riley. Welcome. Ron Francis is just speaking. Still, the stage looks pretty cool. Looks like a nice place for like a smaller concert. Okay. Boston Bruins. Here we go. Jeremy Lauzon, defenseman Jeremy Lauzon.
Jeremy Lauzon, you want a competitive player. That's what Lauzon is. He has size and reach, and he's been a very effective player for Boston on the penalty kill. He's got a rugged edge to his game. He's played a key role defensively, blocking shots, making hits, and at just 24, he has a lot of potential still to grow into. So a great opening pick for the Kraken.
You'd like to have guys that are unafraid through the dirty work, right? Blocking shots.
6'1", 204 pounds. That's Jeremy Lauzon, if you didn't hear that already. From Boston. I think he's a left shot. He's 24, if I didn't say that already. So they're beginning in the Atlantic.
Sorry, Sabres fans. Those are facts. To introduce the Sabres pick, please welcome.
Okay, it's Buffalo Sabres are up. Welcome, 6 people. Welcome. Hey, Butch Lenny Wilkins is stepping up to name the pick. Lenny Wilkins, Sonics player, head coach.
Well, see, you got to know about Providence College. All right, Providence College had great hockey teams and still do. And I used to bump with them once in a while on the ice, but just a little bit.
Well, I know
This guy must be, I'm guessing, around mid-70s.
Sabres contribution to the Kraken.
Well, I certainly do.
Ooh, the Buffalo Sabres. Who are they losing?
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. But from the Buffalo Sabres,
Right.
the Seattle Kraken,
Butt Kraken.
select Will Morgan.
Will Borgen.
I really like this pick, Chris. He's only played 14 NHL games, but Morgan is a really gifted athlete and a strong skater. One of those guys that's a late bloomer. He really developed quickly during his time at St. Cloud State, and we'll see what he can become. He's just 24 years old as well.
So defense for the first two picks.
Another 24-year-old, 6'3", from Minnesota. Only played 14 NHL games. My writing sucks. Okay. What do we think so far? You might start calling them the Seattle Butt Kraken after that pick. Okay. Getting into it quicker than I expected, actually. I thought they would be more foreplay. Yeah, me too. Sean! Straight to business. Welcome. My nephew is in the house. Chalowski. All right. So from Detroit.
That's the first three picks are all pretty similar, actually, Chris. Another defenseman where it's all about potential. Dennis
How do you spell that?
16 NHL games last season, but he's gifted offensively, 27 points.
Well, he's got to be a good player if his last name ends with ski, right? That's just a given. 23-year-old defenseman. Hasn't played many games.
Yeah, first round pick 5 years ago. We've seen his opportunities decline. He'll have an opportunity here. Certainly will be big time. And Kraken.
Okay. We're 3 in. Yeah, the Sabres and the Red Wings have hockey players. Yeah, they do. It's surprising, but when are we going to see the jersey? Oh, the Kraken jersey? Yeah, I do love it. So I could easily see that being the next jersey I grab. Oh, they're going to commercial already? So who's going to a Seattle Kraken game with me next season? Is anyone? Anyone into that? I don't have a long drive, so let's just expand this window. Oh, we have nine people. Yeah, you haven't seen the jersey yet, Riley? It looks pretty awesome. I mean, to actually see it on a player, I know is different, but I'd probably say it instantly gets into my top 5 favorite jerseys now in the league. Sean is saying, what's Sean saying? Oh, Riley's saying I might go to the first game. Cool. That's awesome. I don't know if I'll make it for that one, but Sean's saying even if they stop drafting right now, they're more promising. I'm not going to finish that sentence. I'm not going to do it. There might be a lot of Canuck fans on here, and I live in the area, so I like my pulse the way it is. PJS is saying, yeah, pretty sure Detroit had players to build around and then gave him to the Caps. Riley says, I look like Tommy Oliver from the Power Rangers. I'm not a big Power Rangers person, so I'll take your word for it. He must be ridiculously handsome. That's all I can assume. Right. Miss Verano. The cat wants out. Hold on. You want out, Bruce? Okay. And we're back. And we still have a commercial. All right, so just to go over, if you've missed out on what the picks have been so far, the first one from Boston is Jeremy Lauzon, 24-year-old left shot defenseman. The second pick was Will Borgen, another 24-year-old defenseman from the Buffalo Sabres. And then their third pick so far is another defenseman in Dennis Chalowski from the Detroit Red Wings. So just to go back, Lauzon is a left shot. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. Who else do we have here? Borgen and Chalowski. Borgen. What's Borgen's first name? Dennis. See if I can find him here. Trigger. Where is he? Hayden Flurry, Jerry Lauzon, William Borgen. There we go. William Borgen. Yeah, he's a right shot defenseman, 6'3", almost 200 pounds. In 10 games, he had 0 points, -4, but he's young. Ish. All right, here we go. Okay. We're getting started back up here. I hope everyone has a beer. What's everyone drinking today? I must be on a delay because I haven't heard the goalie pick yet. Chris Drieger. Okay. We all knew that was happening. Had some good numbers the past 2 seasons, even though he hasn't played much. Oh, is Chris Drieger actually there? Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay. Oh, he's got the jersey on. Nice. They're going to make him speak. That's dangerous. Everyone knows they've already signed him to like a 3-year deal, right? I think it's around $3.5 million. Last season, for those who want to know, in 23 games, he had a .927 save percentage. In 12 games the year before, .938. So he's only played 38 NHL games, not including 3 playoff games in which he was an .871. But he should – I would expect him to split the net with Vanacek. Yes. Yes, Ric Flair's theme song would have gone very appropriately, I think, for this. Montreal Canadiens. I'm pretty sure I'm on a delay from some of you. Carey Price. What? Kale Flurry? Like we didn't know that. Okay. The first forward. All right. Oh, no, defenseman. Excuse me. Right shot defenseman. He's 22. 6'1", 213 pounds from Saskatchewan. Has been played 41 NHL games. Yeah, no price. The price is not right, bitch. Boom. Pardon my beard. Batcat. Yes, he is. Yeah, I think that was the right decision for Seattle not to take him, even though, you know, it would have been a marketer's dream for sure. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kale Flurry. Is everyone familiar with all these players yet? I guess everyone has seen all the leaks, right? So none of this is a big surprise. My cat's name is, well, I've got 2, but the one you saw was, his name is Moose, like the animal. Is that Austin Matthews? Maybe in 30 years, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm not up to my music, modern music singers, and I have no idea who this guy is who's on the stage right now announcing the next player. Okay, goalie Joey Decord from the Ottawa Senators. This is a peculiar choice. I don't. What does everybody think of this Ottawa pick? Any Ottawa fans there? It's Macklemore. No, I think the last person to be picked was from Detroit that was leaked anyways, was Cholowski or Yanni Gourde, yeah, from Tampa Bay. Will he be the first line centerman? That's the question. I think he's signed for like 4 or 5 more years. 29, 5'9". We all know who he is. All right, 10. We got 10 people. 10. How's my mic? Can anyone hear me fine? I kind of yell anyway, so I don't think it's hard. Here we go. Oh, my beloved Maple Laughs are next. They had to mention that blown 3-1 lead right off the bat. They had to. Just rubbing it in. Wow. Everyone's trolling the Leafs. That's awesome. Okay, so they're shooting to the footage we've all seen a million times by now at the fish market with Kevin Weeks. They should have rehearsed that joke. It didn't really go over too well. Okay, there we go. Jared McCann. Yay. Maple Leaf for what, 3 days? So I'd assume it'd be Gourde and then McCann at center. He had a career year with Pittsburgh last season. McCann, thank you for your contribution as a Leaf. Yes. A lot of people thought Kerfoot was going to be picked because he was also a local boy, right? But he costed a bit more. McCann is better maybe 5-on-5, but Kerfoot can also play PK and plays a good left wing plug in the top 6. So thanks for all the McCann. Very nice. Here come all the McCann dad jokes right now. Oh, they're gonna throw Dominic Moore a fish. Someone tell him he's a ping pong player, not a catcher. Oh, he's just picking up the fish. Oh no, he is gonna toss it. He's going to toss the fish to JT Brown. Where did those black leather gloves come from, Dominic Moore? Oh, he caught it. He caught it. Five. We've got 5. Looks like they're going for a little commercial. See, everyone there already knows who's going to be drawn, so I'm sure at least 75% of them are drunk by now. These fish jokes are cringy. I wish the NHL learned from the NBA on how to put on a show. Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly what I was saying before. That the thing with Weeks was just like, at least rehearse the joke first. Like it. Ooh, we've got a commercial for James Gunn movie. For some reason, I'm going blank right now, but you know which movie I'm talking about. I'll be right back. I'm going to fill this up. Here we go. We got 9. We got 10. 10 people. No, these are just, it's all the beer I drink. It's just, the beer just is so heavy. You just got to lift these glasses too. They're heavier than they look. They are. I'll be right back. And we're back. There we go. Okay. All right. Today we have here we are. Hazy IPA. This is a new one I've never tried before. It's actually not bad. It's from Vancouver, BC. Brewed locally. Anyone in the chat from BC here? Anyone? 8 people. 8. So we're 30 minutes into this, and we got 2, 4, 6, and we've gone through 8 players. I think the NHL really dropped the ball on this one, like leaking everything early. Because there's at least a couple. I mean, ESPN is covering this. Sportsnet is obviously covering this, I think, on 2 different channels. Sean saying, if you need jokes, invite comedians. If you need a bad rapper, invite Macklemore. Deadly, man. Deadly. You're sizzling. Do I sound like I'm yelling, by the way? This is a new mic I'm testing out here. Do you want to see the mic? It's my new mic. It's got a dead cat on it. That way you don't hear the fan that I've got going. Oh, here we go.
Expansion draft in NHL history, the second in 20 years. 8 picks have been revealed. We shift now to the Metropolitan Division and continue in alphabetical order. Carolina Panthers up next.
Metropolitan Division. After the Panthers. No, next.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. I'm here with Chanel Keenan from the Kraken, as well as members of the Washington Wild from the Western Washington Female Hockey Association. Hey, guys.
I am from California, but a part of my heart is in Winnipeg, Vegas, Raleigh, Nashville, respectively.
Can you tell us
Cool.
about your role and about why the Wild are such a great story?
That's quite a varying California, Winnipeg, Vegas, Nashville, Raleigh. Yeah. You're all over the place there, Riley. You're a man of North America.
Guys here, and are you guys ready to help us make the next pick?
Okay.
Seattle Kraken select
Morgan Geeky. This isn't a bad one. I thought they might pick Jake Bean, but
Morgan Geeky, the next pick. And Morgan Geeky played his junior hockey right here in the state of Washington with the Tri-City Americans. He's a fast, hard-working forward whose role and minutes continue to grow over the course of his 36 games for Carolina last year. He's only 23 and will fit in well
23
with this
years
versatile
old.
forward group that Ron and his staff are assembling. And Chris, this is a familiar face for Ron Francis.
so he's 6'3", 192 pounds from Manitoba, about 32 NHL games. I think he's got some potential. He didn't do bad at times during the fantasy hockey days recently.
3 first-round picks. Number 5, number 28, and number 32. They are in desperate need of players. Struggling again. So let's see who the Blue Jackets contribute to the Kraken franchise.
Blue Jackets up next.
Columbus Blue Jackets, the Seattle Kraken select Gavin Baber.
This I had to take a double take on for sure. Gavin Baylor.
29 points each of his first 3 seasons with Texas. Also, alum of St. Lawrence University, where he was a very prolific defensive scorer as well.
I don't even know this guy if he'll play at all,
Now
really.
down to the struggling New Jersey Devils. Missing the playoffs 8 of the last 9 years. We keep pointing this out. I don't mean to just, again, these are facts. Defensive issues. I mean, they got a lot of goals from the rookies, and they got
Bayreuther.
talent. They do own a couple of first-round picks, but let's see who the Devils contribute to this brand new franchise.
Okay, we're on the Devils next.
Who's motoring around Seattle? Kevin, where are you now?
We're back here at the iconic Lake Place in Seattle. Now, of course,
This is obviously so pre-recorded
jewelry here,
with Kevin Weeks
flowers,
back in the market
200 craftspeople
because everyone's seen all this already.
with Liberty Kraken. Liberty, I see you rocking the Kraken.
It's like we've already seen behind the curtain, man.
I think
Like,
it's beautiful and it encompasses the city of Seattle really well.
To that end, Seattle Kraken select from the New Jersey Devils. Forward,
Nathan Bastian. Okay.
I like this.
Yeah, one of the things Ron Francis and Dave Haxtell need to do is fill up those bottom 6 forwards. And Bastian has an inside track to be an important part of that group. He can play all 3 forward positions. He's a young, physical forward, Chris, with good size. Look for him to make his way onto that 3rd or 4th line.
Yeah, solid contributor. You're back to
Okay,
that.
bottom 6 guy, 6'4", 23 years old, 205 pounds from Kitchener, Ontario. Played 48 NHL games.
The big board here. Islanders made a strong playoff push, 3rd round again.
Does anyone care about the board? It's something to do, at least, right?
Maybe looking to make a big splash in the free agent market.
This is just practice, really, for the NHL draft. The day after next on Friday, which I'll be doing this all over again. So that'll be fun. Should probably get a new camera though. But this is a better mic. I just got this mic like maybe 5 days ago, so I'm hoping it's paying off. Besides the computer audio, which sucks. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff happening in the chat here.
First of all, let's go Kraken. Second of all, Ron, tell us who your pick is for my hometown team, the New York Islanders.
Undertaker, yeah, that would have been cool.
Seattle Kraken select Jordan Eberle.
Sean with another lethal. All right, Jordan Eberle from the Islanders. Oh, they have him there. And he's coming up on stage in the white jersey. And there's some sort of delay in the feed for me. That's great. So that's about $5.5 million off the Kraken, off the Islanders cap hit. So now they've got a little bit of wiggle room. Makes me wonder, like, are they going to take a shot at maybe Hamilton or Landeskog? What does everybody think here in the chat about those 2 players and the Islanders? Sean saying Golden Knights looked considerably better by this point. Riley, F in the chat for Kim. The away jersey is beautiful. Yeah.
Opportunity you can bring a cup to a city that's never had it before. That's pretty special.
Yeah, the away jersey is pretty nice too. But I think if I bought a Seattle jersey, I think it would be the home one. But from what Sean was saying, I actually like the Vegas away jersey better. I actually prefer the third jersey, the gold one, more than the home jersey.
New York Rangers pick. Please welcome Seattle Sounders former captain. Soccer fans here. Do we have any Sounders fans? Tremendous support for this franchise.
Yeah, I'm not too knowledgeable on WWE, so I'm not familiar with their jerseys, but I'll take your word for it there, Riley.
Now, Brad, this is a somewhat familiar experience. I don't know what the Sounders expansion draft quite measured up to this, but you were taken to the expansion draft from Columbus back in 2008, so you kind of know what players like Jordan are going through.
Exactly. I found out on a flight home 3 days after we won the championship. So this is a little bit different. This is absolutely insane. You guys are crazy.
Okay, so we have a Seattle Sounders midfielder on the stage right now. It's going to announce the next pick.
Come in to a team where everybody is new. It's different.
We got 9 people. 9. 40 minutes into this. I like the shirt he's wearing.
I know, the GM, that's their due diligence, is to get the guys on the same page. And you'll notice these are all hard workers. And that's the most important thing. Good guys in the locker room, sprinkled in with a couple talented players.
Jordan Eberle is $5.5 million off the New York's cap.
All right, ready to announce the contribution to this new team from the New York Rangers.
From the New York Rangers.
Rangers.
Seattle Kraken select Colin Blackwell.
Colin Blackwell. Not a bad pick.
Well, speaking of hard workers, this guy might be one of the hardest working players in the entire National Hockey League. He is bound to be a fan favorite here in Seattle. He's one of those players that just does a little bit of everything, took the scenic route to establishing himself as an NHL player. And I will tell you,
Coming off a career year. He's not that big, though. He's like, I want to say he's like 5'10" or something. 28 years old, 5'9", 190 pounds, from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Which Sean's saying. I just keep hearing these analysis calling their picks hard workers. It's code for not skilled. Yes, I concur. I will concur. They'll be tough to play against. They just won't win many games, right? I mean, it's a team full of third liners, really. But you got to think there's at least a handful of these guys who are going to flip at the trade deadline. 13. We're at 13. Reminds me of the truculent days of Brian Burke. Look up Tyler Biggs. Yes, we all familiar with Mr. Tyler Biggs. I think he's in Boston now, isn't he? Or is it New York? New York or Boston? Oh, we've got a little bit of a commercial going here. I think I'm on a content high with 13 people watching at the moment. Tyler Biggs working the corners. Yes, I remember them picking him too. I remember watching that draft. Like Tyler Biggs, it kind of sounds like a cereal, almost.
Nice breakthrough boards, but check out this one. We just saved a bundle.
It's weird. I haven't like watched TV in forever because I have no cable. So like all these commercials I've never seen before. I'm gonna turn this down. Anyway. Santé, salut, prost, skål. I wish you could throw up pictures in the chat room. I think that would be pretty cool. That way everyone could show me what they're drinking. What do we got here? No one wants to comment on the mic, huh? How does this sound? How does that sound? How does that sound now? How about now? How about now? Can anyone hear my fan that I have in the room? Help me out here. Anyone hear the fan? Is my dead cat working? Anyone? So about halfway there right now. No, you can't hear the fan. That's great. And I sound great. Thank you, Sean and Ray. Awesome. Yeah, I don't. Some of you have seen it already, but this is my new mic. It's got a dead cat on it, but sure, I'll show you. It's an MV5 Shure mic. So it's one of the reasons I got it too, because it was it's quite portable and durable, and I'll probably be heading out to my in-laws for a couple weeks, and I'll be bringing that with me to do some on-the-road UFA signing commentaries, and I can hook this up straight to my iPhone, so that's a big plus, or iMac or laptop or whatever. Sean, you always sound like you're yelling, but that's just in general. I won't tell my wife you said that, because she says that all the time. Stop yelling. Stop yelling. Great. Good. So I can just talk normally. I don't have to talk like you're miles away, because I wasn't sure. I'm about like 3.5 feet away from the mic. So if I'm yelling and oh, we're back. A lot of people sitting on paddle boards and kayaks in the harbor just outside the premises of where the draft is taking place. Let me turn it up. Philadelphia Flyers are up next.
Flyers play up front, trying to shore up the defense. Number one priority in the offseason, shore up the defense. They allowed 3.5 goals a game.
I don't remember this being a good pick.
It did make a trade for Ryan Ellis, which will help. Kevin is at the Space Needle.
From Philly. Was it? No, Pitlick was from Arizona.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way. No.
I wish they just did this whole thing alphabetically. Oh, it's Carson Towarski.
Well, nothing says Seattle quite like the iconic Space Needle. This building is once the tallest building west of the Mississippi. We know the amazing history that it has, but it also has some awesome 360 panoramic views. So we've got the expert here, Randy.
Tuari? Well, it's a ski, so it can't be half bad, right?
Of course, the most commanding views of
Tuarian
the
ski.
the Seattle waterfront, down below that with the Washington State ferries. Yep. And of course, the home waters of the Kraken, Elliott Bay and Puget Sound. And then a little closer in today, we have a view of Seattle Kraken superfan Paul Buxton.
Paul, what's up? Nice to meet you, man.
They're talking to a super fan, and the first season hasn't even started.
Paul, go ahead.
Hey, Ron, who are we picking from the Flyers?
The Philadelphia Flyers, the Seattle Kraken select Carson
Torinsky. Torinsky.
Just like he was on the ice.
6'2", 23 years old, 2 NHL seasons, just under 200 pounds from Alberta.
He has size, can skate, and has the ability to develop into an asset.
Okay.
Ron Francis and this Kraken team down the road.
23.
Look at the internet. You've had to go to work. Next up are the Pittsburgh Penguins, but we have to introduce an absolute legend to the stage to help us.
Pittsburgh's up next. Here we go.
Hall of Famer, an Olympic gold medalist, a gold medalist in the World Championships, part of the esteemed Granado hockey clan, and
Oh, look at that.
For the Seattle Kraken, Cammy Granado. Cammy, welcome. I mean, we appreciate your taking time.
One of the Granado clan is here to
last couple of weeks, the Kraken, the number 2
name the next pick.
So the whole scouting
From
staff-
Pittsburgh.
It was pretty great. Last couple weeks we were so close. We've worked a couple of years on this, so this day has come. It's pretty amazing to look out at this crowd, and just really proud to be a part of it.
You're also a pioneer. There are no other full-time female scouts in professional sports. So congratulations to the Kraken organization. That's it to you for earning that right.
Thank you very much. I hope there's more to come after this. So.
I think it's symbolic. What Ron and the Brain Trust has done is assemble a really
First female scout
to evaluate players. There's a lot of
in
diverse
the.
backgrounds, a lot of
Is she
young
the first female scout in the
people,
NHL?
showstoppers, you've been talking about interesting group.
It is, and I think that's the thing that the ownership, Ron, and all our
And is it her
staff has done
brother?
in keeping
Is it her brother or cousin who is now coach of the Buffalo Sabres?
Foundation for our team. I feel privileged to be a part of such a great organization already.
You should be.
Yeah.
All right, let's announce the contribution from the Pittsburgh
Let's get to
Penguins.
The
Okay.
Pittsburgh Penguins, the Seattle Kraken select Brandon Tanev. And
I hate the contract. I like the player.
Brandon?
Brandon Tanev from the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he's there.
Brandon, welcome. Say hello to Cammy.
How are you? Cammy, how are you? What's going on, Kraken fans?
Knows how to play to the crowd, not afraid to do the dirty work in hockey. What is it about throwing your body in front of a...
Okay, so they're interviewing Mr. Profile Picture.
It's not a glamorous job, but I mean, anything the team asks is what you want to go out there and do, and the guys appreciate it in the locker room, so it's not the best.
It is a horrible
but
contract, yeah.
It's fun to get something done for the fans and for the boys out there.
Yeah, Brandon said, I promise you, this guy will be one of your fan favorites. He hits everything that moves.
Yeah, he's a third line player on this team, maybe even a second line forward.
In this division, who plays for Calgary. Is that a, have you guys talked already? Did you share the secret with him?
I shared the secret with him. I was going to wait for him to see it on the air tonight, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting for our family.
29 years old.
It's going to be a special thing.
Not that big. 6 foot, 180 pounds from Toronto.
Appreciate that.
What happened just before?
Look at that! Look at that beautiful profile picture.
To be honest with you, I saw it go, so that's the story I'm going with, and I'm sticking with that one all the way.
Was that your reaction when we heard about the Kraken selection?
That's funny.
You're a good sport. We appreciate that. And have a great career here. Enjoy yourself. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Let's go Kraken.
Okay,
Brandon.
moving along.
Next up, the Washington Capitals, like the Penguins, a team that won the cup.
Washington's up next.
Followed it up with the deep run. Older roster, one of the oldest rosters in the NHL, but they're still an entertaining, high-scoring team. Let's see who the pick is from Washington. The
Hazy
Washington
Ipa,
Capitals,
yeah.
Seattle Kraken select Vitek Vanacek.
Vitek Vanacek.
Yeah, like Chris Drieger. This is another goaltender, Chris. Who's
Or is Washington going to go out and get a goalie now?
a chance at the NHL level.
Because they only have really Samsonov and Anderson. Anderson's not even signed. Vitek Vanacek.
Ilya Samsonov went down with an injury, helping Washington through a great regular season before getting injured early in the playoffs. So, along with Drieger, I expect these guys to be a more than solid goaltending tandem here in Seattle.
6'2", 25 years old.
Talked earlier about the importance of the goaltending position. All right, that's the pick from the Capitals. We will take a pause here and come
They're
back
taking a little
in
break.
this beautiful scene in Seattle.
So what do you think about Vanacek? He's 25, ripped his groin in the first game of the playoffs. Is this just? I mean, it can't be just a one-off. He is 25 years old, so he has a room to grow, especially for a goalie. But it's basically between him and Drieger because I don't see Decord getting any games in unless one of these guys gets hurt, right? I was kind of surprised they didn't go after Kakkonen from Minnesota. I guess they liked Soucy better. Spoiler alert. Oh, I should have said that in reverse, shouldn't I? For those of you who don't know about the leaks. Anyways, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go fill my glass with something. Gabbing. I'm gabbing. And I'm back. Okay. Right now we have a half beer Radler with mango and orange. Ooh, shall I? This is not much alcohol in this. It's only 3.5%, but I've tasted it before. It is quite good. I don't know if you ever had Radlers before, but it's basically like Orangina with beer in a nutshell. Let's get that. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. Oh, oops. A bit of a mess. Juicy. Okay. Hope I didn't get any on the mic there. I got some on the hockey news. That's not good. Okay. There we go. There we are. There we have it. Okay. Very nice. You'd love this, Sean. I think you would. Great patio summer drink too. And it's not like a Hefeweizen either. It's not it's like it is. It's there's not much more I can say than Orangina and beer, really. Oh, fantastic. Okay. So no comments on the goaltending choices so far. What's Washington going to do for goaltending now with Samsonov and who else? Who do you think they're going to grab in the offseason here? Maybe Halak. Oh, we're back.
Central to make way for the Kraken in the Pacific. It's the only tweak in the divisions going back to the pre-pandemic.
10 people. 11 people.
I have to reveal the Kraken home opener details. October 23rd is the day to put in your calendars. Who would you like the opponent to be? If you could choose, who would it be?
Shit.
I think they're going to like the answer. The first ever Kraken opponent here in Seattle with the building rocking will be the Vancouver Canucks.
All right. First opponent will be the Canucks in Seattle.
2.5 hours north of I-5.
Sean, you have to get over here so we can make the drive down across the border to see the game. I think this has got to be a plan. Let's do it. Book the ticket.
It's an incredibly expensive and elaborate and beautiful remodel to this arena.
Almost an hour in here, folks. Seattle is a beautiful city. It is. Yeah, I haven't been there in a while. I drive past there from time to time.
Great pride in creating this. You can see it literally from the ground up. And Kevin is going to
I'm not going to read your comment out loud, Sean. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. It'll be fun. We'll go see Jimi Hendrix's grave and stuff too. It'll be great.
This beautiful state-of-the-art Climate Pledge Arena as we're getting ready for the first game versus the Vancouver Canucks October 23rd.
So October 23rd is the first home game.
Brad, how close are we to completion?
90% will be 100% come opening night.
100% come opening night?
100% ready to go.
You heard it from him. With that being said, Seattle Kraken select from the Arizona Coyotes with Richie, the honors yours.
His locker's going to be just a little bit bigger. That is Tyler Pitlick.
Tyler Pitlick from the Arizona Coyotes. Former Philadelphia Flyer, right?
Tyler's a centerman who's bounced around the last few years with different teams, but he's a solid two-way player, Chris. Responsible and reliable in his own end. He can chip in offensively as well. Again, centers are hard to come by in this draft, so adding Pitlick gives Seattle a player that can do the job down the middle of the third or fourth.
He's 29 years old, 6'2", 200 pounds, 7 NHL seasons from Minnesota. Career high, 14 goals. Seattle's not scoring. What are they called again? Goals? Yeah. If you're the opposing team, you'll leave with a black eye, but you may still get the win. We'll see.
Please welcome to the stage yet more legends, big hockey fans, better known as Sonics superstars, Gary Payton and Sean Kale.
Oh, some basketball players coming on the stage.
Sean, welcome. Gary, I have never met
Riley, yes.
not
I would love to go to Japan just for that reason, but I can't anymore because I'm married. But you know what I
You
mean.
guys are in that camp too.
No, absolutely. I think I started watching hockey.
Tuck your shirt in, man. Come on.
Because we like the fights.
He's got 2 shirts whipped around. The other, they're just.
I enjoy the athleticism of these guys. They're fast. As we do on the court, we cross guys over, trick them into doing different moves, trick shots. These guys do the same thing, but they're
At least Sean Kemp knows how to work a mic,
I
right?
have a lot of respect for the hockey guys. Takes a lot of talent, a lot of struggle, but I think we're gonna have a good team this year.
Gary, you're a huge hockey guy.
Yeah,
Hockey guy.
I'm in Vegas, so I got the Knights. Then I got the San Jose Sharks. But now I got the Krakens. You know what I'm saying? So that's my home team now. So that's what it's gonna be.
Such a big fan, you can have 3 teams.
Yeah, hey, why not? The more the merrier.
He does, yeah.
Which one's doing well, right?
Gary does look good, yeah.
Krakens now. That's all it's gonna be now. I ain't doing nothing else. They're the teams I've been watching, but now this is the team I'm going to be watching all the time and be right here.
So your defensive skills, you were always known as the glove.
Playing the crowd. Playing the crowd. Okay.
Goaltender would have been your natural position. Had you
Yeah, I've been gloving all the pucks. They would have been nothing going by me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be gloving all them pucks.
guys ready? You got 2 very important
That's
picks
hilarious.
at the beginning.
13 people. I think this is a high. We're at a high here.
Do that one, but let's get hype first. You know what I'm saying?
Sean looks dummy thick. Yeah, he does.
That's what we're talking about.
It looks like an overflowed Tootsie Roll.
Stand up. From the Chicago Blackhawks, the Seattle Kraken select John Quinville.
John Quinville
Famous hockey names, huh?
from the
Here in
Blackhawks.
the AHL, but he's a former first-round pick, Chris, by the Devils in 2014. He's a centerman that plays a physical game, but also brings
Another
some
centerman.
skill to the table. He'll compete for a spot on that Kraken 4th line.
Compete for a spot on that Kraken 5th line. 5th line?
They couldn't leave everybody protected. So who's going to be a new member of the Kraken and disappoint some Avalanche fans?
We took.
Okay, Avalanche are next.
Scully.
Oh my God, he just butchered that name.
That's what we got. That's the brand.
Jonas Donskoy. All right.
Now, Donskoy is
From
a
Avalanche.
playmaking player. He's a tremendous playmaker and on a stacked Colorado Avalanche roster. He's a
Where's the Avalanche here?
great addition to this Kraken team. He had a career high 17 goals last season. It might be another one of those picks that the analytics played a key role. Donskoy had a plus 15 goal differential at 5-on-5, Chris. That was good for 3rd on the team.
So Donskoy, we all know him. 29, 6 foot, 190 pounds, from Finland.
Oh, he is. I mean, Avalanche would be sorry to see him. You guys have enjoyed watching him.
Is he
in Seattle.
Probably at least a second liner on this team?
We've got another Washington area wrinkle here. If you ever climb Mount Rainier, put that on your bucket list. I recommend it.
I'm not the mountain climber that you are. So.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. And we're going to take you on the slopes of Mount Rainier. Not quite the 14,000.
You hope the Kraken don't pick
record-breaking
Joel
Mount Rainier.
Pavelski.
Andrew Heindl earlier today made the
Yeah, they don't. They actually,
coach to the snow-capped peak. Where you
if you,
want
I
to
guess you haven't seen the leaks, Riley, but they picked a pretty decent defenseman who a lot of people would have been looking at in the UFA market. Donskoy needs a scenery change. He looked pretty good on that power play for the Avalanche. I mean, but who wouldn't with McKinnon and Rantanen?
And let's welcome
Okay, Jamie Oleksiak from the Dallas Stars. Here we go.
Jamie, welcome. How does it feel?
He's a left shot defender. He's like 6'8". He fights from time to time. He's a good defensive forward to pair with a offensive defenseman. I think he would have made at least around at least $3 million in the UFA market.
Happy to be here.
Jamie, you signed a new contract with the Kraken. What made you decide to want to choose to be here for the next few years?
You're so bad, Sean. You're bad. You're very bad.
Talking to Ron and everyone in the front office, the city's fantastic, the facilities, and the direction of the team, and obviously the fans. I mean, it's a lot of support here. And
Are you talking about Oleksiak?
Like I said, so it
Or
was really
Pavelski?
for me, and,
Sean.
I'm excited.
You joined a defensive core up
Or
here.
Donskoy.
The players' wheels begin to turn immediately. You look at some of the guys up there and begin to think
Like their defense for the Kraken are going to be huge.
Yeah, right. Soaking it all in.
Besides maybe Dunn and Giordano, they're all massive defensive defensemen.
It offers a lot of opportunities for guys, and I think it's just
Alexiak, okay.
know these guys and being in training camp and whatnot. And
Alexiak's a decent fourth round or fourth defenseman.
Jamie is actually officially the heaviest player in the entire National Hockey League. So
Really?
look into the Kraken.
But it's not fat, right?
It's pure muscle.
We'll take it. I'll take that.
All right, Jamie, thanks very much. We appreciate that. Good luck to you, folks. Jimmy Alexiak. All right, Ron, you have the podium. Next up, the Minnesota Wild. From the Minnesota
So
Wild,
Penny Alexiak is an Olympian. Okay, I'll take your word for that one. What is she like? Is she a rower or something, or a volleyball player? What? Carson Soucy from Minnesota, another huge defensive defenseman. They've got a bunch of these guys now. Carson Soucy from Minnesota.
Coming together, pretty intimidating pair to go up against.
You've said that a few times. So it's clear that the personality of the team is taking shape. You've used the word physical, intimidating, dirty work a lot.
Yeah, there's goals to fill, right? You gotta have
Soucy, 6'5",
a place to fill, and they're complementary parts. That's exactly what
200 something pounds. I don't know if he's a left or right. I think he might be a right.
Build this chemistry, bringing all these pieces
Soucy.
together in the dressing room. The coach, Dave Haxel.
Soucy is he's a left shot. I'm surprised we haven't made it to Edmonton yet.
unbelievable, isn't it? It was awesome.
I won't spoil it for anyone. 14. Oh, we're at a channel high. 14 people. I probably shouldn't announce that because it just makes me sound sad. But what the hell?
Opportunity for them and the expectations for them.
Well, I think we all know and understand real quickly as soon as
There we go.
enter the city of Seattle and get a feel for everything that's going on here.
Joe Pavelski is your least favorite player.
The message is this: let's come together.
Oh, there's Hackstall saying something in front of the crowd. Their new coach. I have to say I was a bit surprised at their picking him, but seeing as where they tend to be going to be a young building team, we're going to be flipping UFAs and RFAs at trade deadline for the next 3 seasons, because that's what it looks like. I guess it makes sense. And when they get good, they'll get rid of Hackstall, and that'll be it. Aloha, I am with Smeekhead. Welcome. Glad to have you. 15 people. New high. We have a new channel high. Cheers. Cheers to everyone. Thanks for joining me today.
We talked about the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of
Aloha.
to be a small
Tune in from Maui. Seattle native, hyped for the Kraken. Super. Last time I was in Maui was on New Year's. Was it 2008 or something? Would love to go back. I can't wait.
The building rocking when the Canucks come down from north on October 23rd. It's going to be the best.
It's going to be special.
Dave Haxel, coach
Mark
of the
Smith,
Seattle
cheers.
Kraken.
Cheers to you, sir.
Likes what he sees so far.
It's like juice, but with foam.
Still ahead.
Oh, we have a commercial break. We have a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn up the light. There we go. How's that? Oh, you just can't see. There we go. 30. So does anyone think, Mark is asking, you think Larson will wear the C? I don't know about that. That's not a bad guess. I think people would say Giordano, but he's going to be UFA at the end of the year, and the chances of them flipping him before the deadline, I would think, would be high, right? For a left shot defenseman, even at 37, I think some teams would want him for their stretch in the playoffs. So I'm not sure they would name Giordano the captain when they probably have a good idea that they're just going to flip him at a trade deadline anyway. Or maybe they would. But maybe they just don't name a captain at all. Maybe they wait a season or two, right? Sean says, I wonder how much Buffalo ownership would pay to get an expansion draft do-over. Do they have enough money for that? I don't know. Well, they do own the Bills. Maybe they do. But yeah, back to the. Is anyone who do you think is going to wear the seat? Do we have any guesses? Any guesstimations? Who they think is going to be the captain of this team? Adam Larson. Maybe he would be my. You know, I mean, looking at all the players so far, that's not a bad guess in Adam Larson. I'm looking at everybody else, and they're either way too young or I mean, it's if it's not Giordano, who they probably flip, it's got to be either Adam Larson or Donskoy or Oleksiak. I mean, there's no one else they could possibly name the captain here. They're not going to have Brandon. They're not going to name Brandon Tanev the captain. I mean, Yanni Gourde. I mean, maybe he's a possibility. Any guesses? Oh, we got a lot of movement here in the chat. I wonder. You think Gio is going to be the captain? Yeah. Sean says Gio. Mark says Landeskog. Okay. If they can sign him, yeah. I don't know. I think Landeskog wants to win a cup, though. I don't think he's going to do that in Seattle anytime soon. Pontiac says free agents to sign yet. Captain may come from there. True. I'm with Smeekhead. If you could buy a single jersey, who are you getting? Well, I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, but I really like the Seattle jersey. So I think there's a very good chance I'd grab one of those. Riley says Donskoy should be the captain. What are you thinking about that? Who thinks Donskoy should be the captain?
Next up, the National Predators contribution to the
Predators are next.
Left unprotected. Some news there. Goaltending icon Pekrini retiring last week, so a little bit of transition there. And we're going to go to beast mode to have the next pick allowed. Folks here know what that means. Kevin, with a very special, iconic Seattle guest.
Listen, I got to go to the source. I got to go to the original. That is beast mode yourself. So take us through what you think the Kraken have to do to hit a beast mode level for the start of the season.
Oh, man, that's going to be
Marshawn Lynch from the Seahawks is going to announce the next pick.
I think they just got to go out there and put a real physical presence and fit it out early and often. And I mean, that just to show them, the
Sean says they would have already announced it when the player got on stage. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Meaning the captain.
Listen, that makes perfect sense to me. And I'm sure it does.
My guess is they're not going to have a captain for the first year.
Seattle Kraken select from the Nashville Predators. Marshawn, take it away.
See, so
Marshawn.
It's the first pick, right? Yeah, with the first pick, we're going with the boy Cali, though. You know what I'm talking about?
Cal Yarncrook.
Cali Yarncrook.
Yarncrook. Cal Yarncrook from Nashville.
Thank you so much as always. Appreciate you.
Hey, and look, Cali, if I didn't pronounce it right, tap in with me and let me know how to do it the right way, big dog.
Ready for him.
Crook.
Ready for him directly. Fellas, back to you over at Gasper's Park.
Close enough. I think hockey names can be tricky.
Okay, Yarncrook.
Yeah, Yarncrook had a career year last year. 28.
He's been with the Nashville Predators his whole career.
Power play and the penalty kill, Chris. There's not many players in the league.
Plays both special teams.
Versatile, productive player.
Yeah, very versatile.
Some of those bigger names. This guy is arguably a better player at a fraction of the price. So a phenomenal addition to this Kraken roster.
It's part of the art, right? You look at what guys have done, and you try to anticipate how they will do.
He's 29, 5'11", 186 pounds from Sweden. 8 NHL seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. And There's a lot of
Maybe he's the
underrated,
captain.
undervalued players that are playing behind some of those protected players we've seen, and they're going to flourish here in Seattle.
Getting to wrap up the Central Division. Next up, the St. Louis Blues, but to help us make
As a Predators fan, that hurts. Yeah, he was a good player. He's been there forever. I could see that. I'm with Smeekhead. If I were buying a Kraken jersey, who would be on it? Really? If I had to put one of the players on it, had to. I think it would be someone who would be there for a while. Probably either Gord.
I saw Marchand's name. That was a good try.
I think Gord or Tanev. Or because Tanev isn't going anywhere for a long time.
Not ready. They're ready.
All right. From the St. Louis Blues, the Seattle Black, Vince Dunn.
Vince Dunn from the St. Louis Blues.
Vince Dunn, if you're looking for a player that will become a star after moving to Seattle, Vince Dunn is your guy. He's played behind Chris, some really good defensemen.
One of the few defensemen they have on the team that can put up some offensive points. He has the potential, he's still young enough, to put up close to 40 points anyways. 6'24", 4 NHL seasons, 203 pounds, from Mississauga, the Saga, Ontario. I can't remember if he's a left or right shot. Who wants to chime in first? Left or right? Left or right? Oh, they're going through it quick now. Mason Appleton is from Winnipeg. Vince Dunn plays both left and right, but he's a left shot. Appleton is picked from Winnipeg. Let's get on that. Good third liner.
Here in Seattle with some of the guys that have been adding, I'm telling you, this is going to be a good group. I think Dave Haxtell is already licking his chops to get out there on the ice for training camp.
All right, thank Bobby. As we shift now to
25, 6'2". Oy vey, as a Predators fan, it hurts. By not picking Tarasenko, Seattle signaled that they're a budget team. Yeah. Mark Smith, Appleton's such a good pick. He looked great this year. Yeah, he did. Number one.
It's a division of opportunity for a brand new team.
Where has your stream been? I don't know how to answer that. It's been on YouTube. What do you mean by that? Where has it been? I'll be doing the NHL draft too for all of you who are watching. So on Friday and Saturday. So look out for that as well. Look for me on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Twitter, I'm at Hockey Crash Test. Instagram, it's Crash Test Hockey. Ditto with Facebook. Although probably 3/4 of you aren't even on that anymore.
So we will find out. We're going to bring in the special guest.
Tell your mothers on Facebook. They can find me. They can find me there.
Fans from all over the place. And folks up in Alaska are invited to become fans of this new franchise.
Number one, the TV broadcast of the draft is terrible. Yeah, someone has said already they should take, maybe it was Sean, they should take pointers from the NBA when it comes to putting on a show. So, yeah. Hayden Flurry. From the Anaheim Ducks. Defenseman.
Hey, notice, folks, there are now two Flurries up there happen to be brothers. What was your reaction? Realize you're going to be playing with them. When's the last time you guys played together on the same team?
I think they were probably 5 and 3 years old, so hometown back in Saskatchewan. So no, really exciting day for my family, my mom and dad, my brother.
It's awesome.
Oh wow! So yeah, Hayden and Kale Flurry, two siblings playing together on defense. I don't know, is Hayden the left or right? Or I think he plays both sides, doesn't he? Hayden Flurry.
He continues to do that to this day.
Hayden, where is he? Here he is. Yeah, he plays left and right, but he's a left shot. 6'3", 208 pounds. And then Kale is a right shot. So they technically could play together. That'll be interesting anyway. I mean, maybe not on the ice, but, in hindsight.
I got to play, the way I think I can play and just continue that here in Seattle.
Sean says, Ducks losing Shea Theodore to Vegas and now Flurry to Seattle. That's 2 top 4 guys.
Yeah, he FaceTimed me this morning. And, he said Bergman called.
I haven't looked at the Ducks D in the past 24 hours. He's a top 4 on the Ducks. Really?
I think was crying. I don't know. I couldn't see her, but you know, it was a really.
I'm gonna have to. Hayden Flurry is a top 4 on the Ducks. I mean, I know they're not that good, but Fowler, Manson are in the top 4. Shattenkirk, that's bottom pair maybe, but definitely on the power play he's number 1. Huh? I guess you could be right on that one. That's a little scary for them, but
as you can see, but still some names to reveal, including the rivals from the Pacific Division.
The comments chat's going fast and heavy here now. Riley, F in the chat for the Ducks. Number 1 says Kraken are going to break the ice. They have the heaviest team in hockey. Francis is going for bodies that bruise. That's true. I couldn't agree more with you there, actually. There's a commercial on right now at the moment. But yeah, I think you're right there, number one. Yeah, I don't argue with that at all. It's they may not win many games, but you'll leave in an ice bucket, I guess. Mark Smith, Ducks top 4 is bottom 2 anywhere else. Yeah, that's true. I was just surprised that Flurry was like top 4. He's top 4. I guess he's even like a number 3, number 4 on the Ducks right now. I was just, whereas as Sean was saying, Shea Theodore was had much more potential than Flurry does even now, right? So I think Francis is at the trade deadline. He's going to try and flip some of these guys, obviously, and then he's going to try and take on cap space and get extra draft picks. I think that's the plan, really. Otherwise, when they start talking about Carey Price possibly joining the team, I was like, well, Francis is basically going to have to change the whole direction and plan of the team if he grabs Price. I don't see that happening. But it would be a marketer's dream. But this team is, and even looking at them right now, looking at the Pacific, maybe, just maybe, they make the playoffs. Maybe. Because you have Vegas, you got Edmonton, they should make the playoffs. And then after that, it's a bit of a toss-up. Maybe Vancouver, LA's looked better, but I don't know. Who thinks here that we got 14 people? Who thinks that the Kraken will make the playoffs? Anyone? Does anyone here think they'll sneak in? Anyone? No, Sean doesn't think they're going to make the playoffs. Anyone else? Number 1 says Marc-Andre Fleury could still end up in Seattle. They picked 3 goalies worth keeping. Vegas needs a keeper. Yeah, that's not a bad point. Number 1 also says he thinks they make the playoffs. Mark Smith says they don't think they make the playoffs. So we got 2 nays and 1 yay so far. Anyone else want to chime in? Is Seattle going to make the playoffs? Now that I see what the team is, I think they'll end up in 5th in that division. I think they'll barely miss the playoffs. I think that they might come close. Dean Puck 5, making it as a wild card. We're back on. They got Kevin Weeks everywhere in Seattle here. He's now at a hospital.
Have gone above and beyond in this last year and a half. They are the true MVPs. We're going to get to the picks, but before we do, kid, I want to ask you, why is it so important for the...
Anyone else want to chime in there? they think they're going to make the playoffs or not. Number one, they have to dominate Vancouver, Anaheim, and LA. Those teams are cap-strapped and still crap. Ron Francis isn't soft.
New hockey team, the Seattle Kraken.
I think it'll be close. Number one. I think it'll be close.
Seattle Kraken select the
Calgary
Calgary Flames.
Flames?
Mark Giordano.
Mark Giordano, obviously.
They're hyped up here in Seattle. Indigo, Chris, Dunn, over to you on Gaston.
Fans just got to their feet here with the name of that.
Standing ovation, well deserved.
Mark Smith says, might battle Van for the card, but I doubt it. Eberle, like the only playmaker potential they have.
Mark Giordano, former winner of the Norris Trophy for the best defenseman in the league. So, folks, a really exciting addition here today.
I wonder if he's there.
Let's bring him out.
Oh, yeah, he is there.
Mark Giordano.
37 years old. 6'1". From Toronto, Ontario. That's weird, seeing Giordano in a Seattle uniform.
I mean, you've had an incredible tenure in Calgary, one of the longest tenures at a single franchise in the league. It's just a little bit of a surreal experience to walk out here and see folks in blue jerseys and not red and think Seattle is your new home.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It feels a little bit different today, but it's been a crazy last day or so. But hey, this is the first time in my career.
Sean says that he thinks they will be the second worst team in the league, behind only the Sabres.
Mark's referring to the fact that he was
That's an interesting take.
earned his way as a free agent into this league, had to earn everything.
Number one says Glenville will outscore Eberle.
I know how well you take care of yourself.
Riley.
Now, at the age you're at in your career, is this an invigorating time to be a part of a new franchise like this?
Yeah, like I said, it was a little bit weird.
15 people.
I wasn't going to go back to Calgary.
Here we go. Mark Giordano is speaking at the moment, by the
It's
way.
my first time here. It's a beautiful city, and you can
It's
feel
his
the
first time in
so
Seattle.
I'm ready to go, and I feel great.
It's a nice location where they shot this, right by the water.
You're going to be looking to a guy like you've been a captain, I think 7 or 8 years up there.
That Kraken jersey looks really good, though.
That kind of chemistry.
I think that is going to be my next. I haven't bought a jersey in over 3 decades, but I think that's going to be my next one. I like it a lot.
We have a fairly young team, a lot of young talent, but that's the NHL now. So many guys who are superstars in our league are under the age of 25. So looking forward to helping out as much as I can.
Amazing. Take care of yourself, man. 37 with a whole lot more years to go and a brand new home after a 15-year run in Calgary. Mark Giordano. Welcome to Seattle.
There he goes.
Next up, the Edmonton Oilers contribution.
Okay, we got three more teams, folks. 3 more teams. 3 more teams. Here we go. Might as well pour the rest of this. There we go. Oh, that looked good. Okay.
Rocking the merch. What do you think of this scene in your city?
Mango orange. Very nice. Rattlers.
Early on in my career, seeing the fan base, the energy they had in the sports company. Have you seen an NHL game in person yet?
I have seen a couple of NHL games, but now I'm going to go.
I haven't seen any with them.
Where's this from? I think this is from BC, too.
Second to none already.
It's from Trail, BC, this beer. Trail, BC. Okay, Edmonton Oilers. Here we go. We all know who this is.
The Seattle Kraken select Adam Larson.
Adam Larson. They already signed him, if you didn't know that already, to a 4-year contract. Was it 4 years? Worth $4 million per. Actually, less than his last contract. He should be their top right-handed defenseman. And yes, maybe, just maybe, he is their first captain. That's not a bad guess.
A significant addition here for Seattle and for Ron Francis.
That's a different path to this team, isn't it? The guy who was signed and not drafted and then chose to cast his lot with the new franchise run.
I think he's like 28 years old.
Signed with us, and that's very exciting for us that we were able to get players to do that during the struggle with them.
So plenty of younger players now extreme experience.
Riley says he wants Kraken to be second in the Pacific behind Vegas. Well, that's optimistic. I hope you're right. For your sake. We'll see how it goes.
Young talent on the Kings, Ron, not eligible to be taken in this draft. So who is the contribution?
15. We've got, I think 15 is our max. Can we do 16? 16. Curtis McDermott from the LA Kings.
Special guest, they wanted someone that could take care of business.
Yeah.
McDermott
This
is
is-
a big, tough forward.
He will fight you.
On that third or fourth line, he's 6'5",
6'5". Yeah.
And for Kraken fans who like a good show, this guy will bring it with his physicality. He's also a player, Chris, that will stand up for his teammates, if you know what I mean.
I do.
So there's your fighter, age 27, 6'5", 233 pounds.
It's a theme. We've seen plenty of guys taken like that are physical and don't mind.
There's your team pug list.
That's what Ron and staff have tried to do here is you've got a little bit of everything, and together it makes a whole.
All right, time now for the San Jose Sharks pick. Another fan
2 more picks. Here we go.
improve and make some moves.
Okay, Sean Aviadarchi. Thanks for joining me today.
Seattle Aquarium.
Ciao, ciao.
I think continues to do a great job winding down over there, Kevin.
Their whole blue line is massive. Yeah. Besides maybe Vince Dunn and Giordano, they're all like 6'3" and more.
This exhibit behind me has over 120,000 gallons of water, and our diver named Carrie. Carrie, any sharks in there?
There are no sharks in this exhibit. However, we do have a shark that is about to become a kraken.
And with that, the Seattle Kraken select
Okay.
from the San Jose Sharks.
Oh, Nick Pinkerton. Yes, he's a San Jose Shark YouTuber. So look him up under Twisted Wrister Hockey for San Jose Shark and Seattle Kraken content. So we've got Alexander True from the Sharks, 24-year-old forward, 6'5", 200 pounds. To be honest, this is the guy I probably least know in the entire draft.
I'll give you one. All right, just one more team to contribute a player to this brand new franchise. The team that we talked about visiting Seattle for the home opener, October 23rd. It's a frustrated fan base north of the border.
Who gets the C? Yeah, again, I think someone mentioned it already. I personally don't think the Lana captain first year. Giordano could be flipped. Adam Larson is a good possibility.
2.5-hour drive away.
We got one more player. We got Vancouver. It's the last team you mentioned here. Don't forget, guys, I'll be here for the NHL draft on Friday and Saturday.
Let's please welcome to the stage the ownership group.
Yeah, please join me for that. That'll be a lot of fun. Be going through a lot of boards. Oh, Bruckenheimer. The Bruckenheimer has arrived, yeah? To name the last pick. Vertanen. It's got to be Vertanen.
Appreciation for the job that Ron Francis and his group have done in putting together this roster.
We are the luckiest city in the world to have Ron Francis and his team select our players and be part of this fantastic organization. From our owners to like Wiki Brothers, who've done an amazing job, David Bonderman, who put this whole thing together and selected us and everybody else.
Okay.
We're so thrilled to be here for the fans. And
Surprise, no Saban. Yeah, they didn't go after the flashy picks, right? The Prices, the Sabans, the Tarasenkos. I mean, Giordano is probably, and Eberle are the biggest names on this board. Maybe Gord is as well.
The 6 new members of the Seattle Kraken in their official jerseys, assuming to get the Vancouver pick. So, Jerry, that is yours, and then we'll get to these guys.
With the last selection from the Vancouver Canucks.
Here we go, last selection.
Seattle Kraken select Cole Lind.
Cole Lind. This guy's got potential. He does. A forward, 22, 6'1", from Swift Current, Saskatchewan.
From Swiss Current, he's got a lot of room to develop it. Again, building for the future here in Seattle.
Here they are, the 6 new members of the Kraken who made the journey to Seattle.
Okay, so we have, bringing the 6 players on the stage.
This brand new NHL franchise in front of this great fan base in this beautiful city. A long time coming.
There we go.
And finally, these guys up here made this happen, and now
That's it.
The draft board is full.
It is full.
To be made, so stay tuned as the number 2 pick in the NHL draft on Friday night will be revealed.
So this is going to be more of a. It looks like more of a typical draft expansion team. They're not going to be good for at least a few years. But this one probably more, besides Vegas, will be at least somewhat tough to play against because the size of the defense, the toughness of the team overall. The whole team is like a third line, really.
And again, the draft is Friday night. Check your local listings.
So Friday, it's going to be, was it 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, so you can join me for the draft there on Friday. And, of course, 8 a.m. Pacific, 9, 10, 11 a.m. Eastern, I believe, on the Saturday. So you guys can join me for that as well. Who's going to be their starting goalie? Smeekhead's asking. I'm going to say it's Drieger off the bat. We'll see how Vanacek pops into that and how well he recovers from his groin injury from the playoffs. But there you have it, guys. Do we have any sort of last minute questions about captains or if they're going to make the playoffs, anything like that? I'll give you 30 seconds to gather your thoughts. Oh, chat group is slowly. For those of you I'll probably be closing this up in the next maybe 2-3 minutes, and that'll be it. But if you have any questions, please throw them in the chat room. I'll try and answer them as best as I can. Everyone who lost a player, you want me to go over that? Yeah, Malaha, thanks for joining me. I'm with Shmeekhead. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again. Who replaces Larson in Edmonton? That's a good question. There are some. Alexiak is now off the book, right? So that's yeah. I mean, there's some cheaper guys like Bogosian and Hakanpää, for instance. There's also Tyler Murray from the New Jersey Devils. He's a UFA as well. Maybe Alex Goligoski. Yeah, those are some of the players I could think of. Where are you in Canada? I will send you a real beer. I'm in Langley, BC. There's a question I missed here. Chakuli. The draft was awful. They were talking about the crazy energy, but it seemed uneventful. Maybe I should look at the Islanders or Canes as a team. Well, this could be. Wait to see them play, right? I mean, this is basically a third line. Their defense looks pretty decent. It doesn't look amazing or anything, but it looks pretty decent. A lot of big, bruising defensemen. But when you have Vince Dunn and Giordano as your most offensive defenseman, and maybe they sign some UFAs too. Like, don't forget about that. That's going to happen really soon. Maybe even as soon as at the draft. Maybe they could trade some of the guys they've already picked. You never know. Yes, if I pass through California, Riley, I will definitely give you a heads up. Yeah, he didn't get Wayne Gretzky, yeah. Number one, didn't think Larson was ever going to re-sign in Edmonton anyway. Yeah, the Hockey News thought so. And I thought there was a chance of that, but Elliot Friedman's on Sportsnet right now talking about the draft. We can all hear about that later. Any more last-minute questions here? They were talking about the crazy energy. I'm in Langley, British Columbia, for those of you who want to know. That's where I am right now. I've been out west for 10 years, but I'm originally from Toronto. Maybe one day I'll do a sort of about me sort of video. But listen, if you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate you jumping on board. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Maybe even share this video, because once it gets posted with your other, Hockey Geek friends, stuff like that, it would really help with the algorithm, the voodoo that is YouTube. What else do we have here? Are you a Vancouver or Toronto fan? Well, I live in BC, but I was born and bred in Toronto. I also grew up in Massachusetts. I went to high school there, but I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I know that team the best. But yeah, there's your answer there. His dad never the same since. Oh, right. Number one saying, yeah, his dad died in Edmonton when he visited him, and he was never the same since. Yeah, good point. Yes, Riley. Blue and white clad brother. Yeah, I'm with you there. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I hope you had just a little bit of fun today. I hope it was. Number one, I'm not going to read that comment out loud. but yeah, they both got things to work out, Toronto and Winnipeg. Thank you guys so much. Really, it was so great. I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you did too. If you want to join me for the draft on Friday, that'll be a lot of fun. I'd love to see you guys there as well. I'll be here for the draft on Saturday as well, so look out for that too. Thanks again. Cheers to you all. This was almost knocked over the board. This was a good time. And hey, hope to see you again soon. Cheers, guys. Talk to you soon. Yes, I will be here Friday for the NHL draft. I just want to reiterate that. I will be here for the NHL draft on Friday and Saturday. So I'll probably start about 15 minutes before the draft starts, just so we're all on the same page here. Thank you. Thank you all for subscribing. I really appreciate it, for liking and for sharing the video. Thanks, guys. And for those of you who have been here for a while, thanks for sticking around. Talk to you soon. Cheers. Thanks, number one.